Let me now pass on the floor to the Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs of Albania, His Excellency Edi Rama, the incoming chairperson in office of the OSCE for the year 2020. You have the floor, Your Excellency.
Isn't it really amazing? Albania will formally take on 1st of January the chairmanship of OSCE, exactly 45 years after its foundation. And guess what? 45 years ago, Albania, through the voice of its communist dictator, Enver Hoxha, was the only European state to not only refuse to be part of the OSCE, but also to denounce its birth as follows. The only hope of all the satellites of the Soviets is to strengthen their friendship with the United States and the West, to seek investments from them in the form of credits without any restrictions, to allow the Church to occupy its former place, to deepen the moral degeneration, and so on and on. I was 11 at that time, a pioneer as the kids were labeled in the old Albania. And today, I am the 55 years old Prime Minister of the new Albania, which is a proud member of the OSCE, prepares to chair this organization of 57 countries and more than 1 billion people, from Vancouver to Vladivostok. Isn't it amazing? Dear Minister Lajčák and dear Miro, first and foremost, thank you for your warm hospitality. Thank you for your 10 commandments. You left me before entering this room. And thank you for your remark to me that at the end OSCE is about the people. And they are not really few, more than 1 billion. Dear Secretary General, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, gathering here in Bratislava, we found consensus on many important decisions. That gives me confidence that despite our differences, achievements are possible if we are patient, perseverant, and ready to create the necessary diplomatic space. In particular, we applaud the decision on the future Swedish and Polish chairmanships, improving our ability to give strategic direction to the OSCE in the coming years. And I hope our initiative to change the name of the contact groups with Asian and Mediterranean partners will be approved. On the other hand, we regret that there are several key decisions on which we have not reached agreement. There are still deep fractures on key political and security issues, where participating states around this table feel that no compromise is acceptable or that OSCE commitments are being violated. It falls to the incoming Albanian chairperson in office to look ahead to the upcoming year. For Albania, it is a historic moment. Albania is a country with a rich and diverse history, strong traditions, and an aspirational vision for the future. After enduring many challenges in the 20th century, our people now aspire to lasting prosperity, security, and peace, all of which is no small part dependent upon good relations with our neighbors and with partners further away. Religious harmony and hospitality are easily recognized among Albanians. Pope Francis paid in Albania his first official visit abroad to praise what he called religious fraternity among Muslims, Catholics, and Orthodox Christians, and others. Furthermore, we were the only country with a larger number of Jewish people at the end of the Second World War compared to when the war started, and with a record of no single Jew having been released to the Nazis. But one does not need to get so back in time to recognize our hospitality. In 1999, in a country of no more than 3 million people, we welcomed and housed more than 500,000 Albanians from Kosovo, in what now should serve to everyone as a reminder of what does not need to be repeated ever again. From a nature under a cruel regime that opposed the Helsinki spirit, we are now honored to have your confidence and lead our organization. Chairing the OSCE marks the highlight of such significant transformation. Our vision for the Albanian chairmanship in 2020 is guided by 3 important standpoints. First, we intend to focus on the basics, implementing together, in good faith, the encompassing set of our political commitments. This is essentially for the credibility of the OSCE as the largest regional security organization, and for all of us, its participating states. The Helsinki recipe for peace in Europe is simple yet effective. Respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, and respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. If we want security and peace in Europe, we will have to take responsibility for fully implementing our commitments. Second, the OSCE has proven the ability to deploy quickly and sometimes where no one else can. This is a huge asset, making a difference on the ground, be it when preventing the escalation of a conflict, monitoring elections, or supporting reforms, improves the security and prosperity of our citizens. This is a unique advantage of our organization, and the Albanian chairmanship will promote the work of the OSCE where it is closest to people. Third, inspired by the 30th anniversary of the Charter of Paris, we'll continue to strengthen dialogue. This is the only way to rebuild trust between us. Promoting confidence-building measures and making full use of the structured dialogue are critical to this endeavor. Our detailed program of priorities for 2020 will be distributed at the start of the year. But I would like to take this opportunity to mention some key issues that will feature in our agenda. The crisis in and around Ukraine remains the most pressing security challenge in Europe. It is unacceptable that protracted conflicts in our region continue to claim lives. Therefore, conflict resolution efforts will be on top of the agenda of the Albanian chairmanship. Women continue to suffer most from instability and conflict. They are also unjustly excluded from peace talks. This is why we will focus both on combating violence against women and on promoting the role of women in peace and security. We will do our part by appointing more women to positions of responsibility in the OSCE. But I also call upon you, as several positions will be vacant next year, please nominate as many qualified female candidates as possible. On this topic, we are proud to bring here a positive legacy. As a country which is ranking among top 5 in the world for the women participation in government and quite high worldwide for the participation of women in public affairs. Corruption erodes the fundaments of our democracies and has an adverse impact on the prosperity and security of our region, along with other transnational threats, of course. Building on the momentum created by previous chairmanships, we will enhance the work of the OSCE in combating corruption and promoting good governance. Trafficking in human beings is both a serious human rights violation and a security risk. The OSCE is now a global leader in combating human trafficking, and in 2020 will continue to champion the OSCE activity in this area. Last, intolerance and hate speech are spreading in Europe. We must redouble efforts to counter discrimination and promote human rights and fundamental freedoms. Both anti-Semitism and anti-Muslim behavior and attitudes are, in our view, totally unacceptable, and we have and should fight them together. I believe we have crafted a realistic and balanced program, informed by extensive consultation with capitals and in Vienna. Throughout next year, Albania will be an open and inclusive chair. I want to guarantee you that the voices of each participating state will be heard with respect and that decisions will be taken in a fully transparent manner. Still, a chair cannot successfully steer the OSCE if there is no political will to compromise. If our mindset is that joining consensus is not possible until concessions have been extracted, if we only bring red lines to the negotiating table, what I ask from you is to engage constructively in the life of our organization, to bring flexibility and an open mind, and to not possibly forget. It's all about people, our people. We have a shared responsibility towards the OSCE. Let us ensure its functionality, and let us start by adopting a timely and balanced budget by the end of this year. We will build upon the achievements and experience of the previous chairmanships, and together with the expertise of our partners, we will make the next year, I'm sure, a success. Our success will be the success of the 57. We all have a responsibility here, not for just a bunch of people, but for more than 1 billion people. Thank you very much.